The scent blockers failed at the worst possible moment. I'm standing in the frozen food section of Save Mart, my hand hovering over a bag of chicken nuggets, when the first wave hits me. Not my heat, thank God I've got another month before that nightmare, but something worse. Alpha pheromones, strong ones, close ones. My son Micah tugs on my jacket. Mama, can we get the dinosaur nuggets instead? I can barely hear him over the sudden roaring in my ears. My suppressants are top grade, black market stuff that cost me 3 months of tips from the diner. They're supposed to mask my scent completely, make me undetectable to any alpha within a 50-mile radius. They just stopped working. Mama! Micah's voice pitches higher, worried now. He's only 4, but he's learned to read my panic. We've moved 6 times in as many years. He knows what fear smells like. I grab his hand, maybe too tight, because he winces, and abandon our cart. My heart slamming against my ribs so hard I taste copper. The store's fluorescent lights suddenly feel too bright, too exposing. Every aisle could hide them. Every corner could be where this all ends. Stay calm, think, move, but my body's already betraying me. My sense bleeding through the suppressants like ink through wet paper. Any alpha in this store can smell me now, smell what I am. Omega, unclaimed, fertile. The automatic doors seem a mile away. I'm speed walking now, pulling Micah along, my eyes scanning every face we pass. That man in the business suit? The teenager stocking shelves? The security guard by the exit? Mama, you're hurting my hand. I'm sorry, baby. We just need to... That's when I smell him. Not just any alpha. His scent. Pine and winter rain, and something darker. Something that used to make me feel safe before it made me feel like I was drowning. It's been 4 years, but my body remembers. My traitorous, stupid body that still responds to the pheromones of the man who left me bleeding on a marble floor while I begged him not to go. Prince Dominic Ashford. And if he's here, the others aren't far behind. I break into a run. Mama! Micah's little legs can barely keep up, but I can't stop. Can't slow down. The parking lot's right there. My beat-up Honda's in the 3rd row. If I can just get to the car, get Micah strapped in, get us back to the apartment. Excuse me, ma'am? A hand lands on my shoulder. I spin around so fast I nearly fall. It's just a store employee. A beta woman with kind eyes and a name tag that reads Sandra. She's holding up my purse. You dropped this by the frozen foods. My purse, my wallet, Micah's inhaler, our entire life in one worn leather bag. Thank you, I gasp, snatching it from her hands. Thank you so much. But the delay cost me, because when I turn back toward the parking lot, I see them. 3 figures standing beside my car. Even from here, even with the distance and the rows of vehicles between us, I know exactly who they are. My body knows. The bond I've spent 4 years trying to smother flares to life, like someone just poured gasoline on dying embers. Dominic in the center, tall and broad-shouldered, his dark hair longer than I remember. To his right, Kade, golden-haired and beautiful and cruel. To his left, Marcus, the quiet one. The one whose silence always felt like a threat. The Alpha Prince and his pack. The men who swore I was their fated mate. The men who left me anyway. Micah makes a small sound, and I realize I've stopped breathing. I force air into my lungs, force my brain to work. They haven't seen us yet. They're scanning the parking lot, clearly tracking my scent, but the wind's blowing east and we're west of them. I have maybe 30 seconds. Micah! I crouch down, gripping his small shoulders. His eyes, Dominic's eyes, that same storm gray that haunts my dreams, stare back at me. Remember the game we practiced? The quiet game? His lower lip trembles. Are the bad men here? I've never told him about his fathers. Never explained why we move so much. Why I check every room before we enter. Why I make him memorize exit routes wherever we go. He just knows there are bad men we're hiding from. He has no idea the bad men are his own blood. We're going to play the game now, okay? Super quiet. Can you be brave for Mama? He nods, and God, he's so small, so fragile, so mine. I hoist him onto my hip. He's getting too big for this. My back protests, and move in the opposite direction, away from my car, away from them. There's a bus stop 2 blocks down. If I can get there, if I can get us on any bus heading anywhere. Omega! The command slams into me like a physical force. It's not a word. It's a compulsion, an alpha order that makes my knees buckle and my vision blur. Micah whimpers as I grip my sides tighter, my arms shaking from the effort of staying upright. Every instinct screams at me to stop, to turn around, to submit. I don't. Keep walking, I whisper to Micah, though my voice sounds strangled. Don't look back. But my legs feel like they're moving through concrete. The alpha command is still reverberating through my bones, trying to override every decision I'm making. 4 years of freedom, 4 years of building walls around myself, and one word from Dominic almost brings it all crashing down. Almost. I bite down on my tongue hard enough to taste blood. The pain clears my head just enough to keep moving. Stop! Kade's voice this time. Sharper, closer. My feet falter. Micah's fingernails dig into my neck. Mama, he breathes against my ear. I'm scared. I know, baby, I know. Footsteps behind us now. Fast. Purposeful. The sound of 3 alphas who found what they've been hunting. I make it 5 more steps before a hand closes around my wrist. The touch sends electricity straight up my arm, into my chest, spreading like wildfire through every nerve ending. My body recognizes him before my mind catches up. The bond, that stupid, traitorous bond I've been suppressing with enough medication to kill a horse, roars to life. Marcus. He spins me around, and I'm suddenly face to face with the man I haven't seen since the night they destroyed me. He looks older, tired. There are lines around his dark eyes that weren't there before. I don't care. Let go of me. My voice comes out steadier than I feel. His eyes drop to Micah, still clinging to my neck, and something flickers across his face. Confusion, then shock, then something that looks almost like pain. Eli. My name sounds broken coming from his mouth. We've been looking. I said let go. I yank my arm back. And maybe he's too surprised, or maybe some part of him actually respects my demand, because his grip loosens. I stumble backward, putting distance between us, my free hand instinctively cradling Micah's head against my shoulder. That's when Dominic and Kade catch up. The air changes, thickens. 3 alphas, all of them radiating pheromones that make my skin feel too tight, all of them staring at me like I'm a ghost they can't quite believe is real. Dominic moves first. He always does. The prince, the leader, the one who made the final decision to leave. His eyes lock onto mine, and I see the exact moment he registers what Marcus already noticed, the child in my arms. Eli! His voice is softer than Kade's command, but somehow more dangerous. Is that? None of your business. I take another step back. My shoulders hit a parked car. Trapped. Stay away from us. Kade's staring at Micah with an expression I can't read. How old is he? I don't answer. Can't answer. Because if I tell them, they'll do the math. They'll know. Micah chooses that moment to lift his head from my shoulder. His gray eyes, Dominic's eyes, meet the Alpha Prince's gaze. The resemblance is unmistakable. Oh my God! Kade's voice is barely a whisper. Eli, is he? Don't! The word comes out sharp enough to cut. Don't you dare ask me that question. You don't get to ask me anything. Dominic takes a step forward. I press harder against the car, wishing I could melt through the metal. How long? His jaws clench so tight I can see the muscle jumping. How long have you been hiding our... You're nothing. My voice cracks, and I hate myself for it. You gave up any claim to us the night you walked away. We didn't know. Marcus sounds wrecked. Eli, if we'd known you were pregnant, you didn't ask. The words explode out of me. 4 years of rage finally finding their voice. You didn't ask, you didn't stay, you didn't even look back. So no, you don't get to act shocked now. You don't get to pretend you care. Micah's trembling against me. I'm scaring him, but I can't stop. Can't swallow down the poison that's been festering in my chest since the night they chose duty over me. Dominic's eyes are doing that thing they used to do, shifting from gray to almost silver when his emotions run high. We looked for you. For months, you disappeared. I ran. I'm shaking now, my whole body vibrating with adrenaline and fear, and something that feels dangerously close to the bond trying to reassert itself. I ran because staying would have killed me, because loving you three almost destroyed me. So I took the one piece of you I had left and I built a life where you couldn't hurt us. Hurt you, Cade's voice rises. We were trying to protect. By leaving me bleeding on the floor of your palace, the memory claws its way up my throat. By telling me the bond was a mistake, that I was a complication you couldn't afford? The silence that follows is deafening. Dominic's face has gone pale. That's not, we never said, your father said it. I spit the words at him. And you stood there and let him. All three of you stood there while he told me I was nothing, while he had his guards drag me out. While I stopped myself. Micah doesn't need to hear this. Doesn't need to know how his fathers threw us away before they even knew he existed. Mama, his small voice breaks through my rage. Can we go home now? Home. Our tiny apartment with the broken heater and the neighbors who ask too many questions. The life I scraped together with bloody fingernails and sheer desperation. Yes, baby. I kiss his forehead, never taking my eyes off the three alphas blocking my path. We're going home. You're not going anywhere. Dominic's voice drops into that royal register, the one that expects obedience. Not until we watch me. I move to push past them, but Cade shifts, blocking my path. His hand comes up, not threatening, almost pleading. Eli, please, just listen. No, the word is final. I listened 4 years ago. I begged. I'm done listening. Marcus steps closer, and my traitorous body responds to his proximity. Heat pools low in my belly. The bond pulses, wanting, needing. I shove it down ruthlessly. We made a mistake, Marcus says quietly. Let us fix it. I laugh, and it sounds slightly unhinged even to my own ears. You can't fix this. You can't fix us. There is no us. There's just me and my son, and you're not taking him from me. Our son, Dominic corrects, and something in his tone makes my blood run cold. No, my arms tighten around Micah. No, you don't get to. He's Pack. Cade's eyes have gone hard. He's royal bloodline. You can't just. I can, and I did. I'm backing away now, wild, desperate. Stay away from us. I mean it. Stay. My suppressant implant chooses that moment to completely fail. My scent explodes into the air, unmistakable, undeniable omega pheromones mixed with fear and rage, and the bond that never really broke. All three alphas inhale sharply, and I realize I've just made everything so much worse. Their pupils dilate simultaneously. 3 sets of eyes, storm gray, amber gold, deep brown, all locked on me with an intensity that makes my skin prickle. The air between us charges with something primal, something I've spent 4 years running from. Dominic's the first to move. Just half a step, but it's enough to make me flinch. Don't. My voice shakes. Don't come any closer. But my sense still pouring off me in waves, betraying every word. It's telling them what I refuse to say. That some buried part of me still recognizes them, still wants them. I hate my biology for it. Cade's breathing has changed, gone rough and shallow. His hands are clenched at his sides like he's physically restraining himself. Eli, your suppressants. I know. I shift Micah higher on my hip. He's gotten quiet, that scary kind of quiet he gets when he knows something's really wrong. I know, okay? Just back up. Give me space. Marcus does step back. One measured step, his jaw tight with effort. We're not going to hurt you. You already did. The words slip out before I can stop them. Something flashes across his face. Guilt, maybe, or pain. But I don't have time to analyze it because Dominic's moving again. Not toward me this time. He's circling, positioning himself between me and the street, cutting off my escape route. What are you doing? Panic edges into my voice. Making sure you don't run again. His tone is calm, controlled, but there's steel underneath. We need to talk, Eli. Really talk. Not in a parking lot where you're terrified and our son. His voice catches on those words. Our son is scared. He's scared because of you. I'm shaking now. Adrenaline and failing suppressants and 4 years of buried trauma all hitting at once. You're the monsters I've been protecting him from. Kade flinches like I slapped him. We're not. You left me. The scream tears out of my throat before I can contain it. Micah whimpers, and I immediately lower my voice. But the damage is done. You left me when I needed you most. You chose your precious throne and your father's approval over me. Over us. So don't you dare stand there and act like you have any right to him. We didn't know about him, Dominic says. And there's something raw in his voice I've never heard before. Eli, I swear to God, if we'd known, it wouldn't have mattered. I cut him off because I need to believe that. Need to believe they're exactly as heartless as I've convinced myself they are. Your father made it clear. Omegas like me don't belong in your world. We're just, what did he call me? A temporary distraction? Marcus makes a sound low in his throat. He had no right. He's the king. I laugh bitterly. He had every right, and you three agreed with him. We didn't. Kade starts, but I talk over him. You stood there, all three of you, while his guards grabbed me, while I begged you to say something, anything, and you just watched. The memory's so vivid it might as well be happening right now. The cold marble under my knees, the king's disgusted sneer. The way Dominic's face had gone blank, empty, like I meant nothing, like I'd never meant anything. Mama, you're squeezing too tight. Micah's small voice pulls me back to the present. I loosen my grip immediately, kissing his temple. Sorry, baby, I'm sorry. When I look up, all three of them are staring at Micah with expressions that make my chest constrict. Longing, wonder, grief. Dominic's hand twitches like he wants to reach out. Can I at least know his name? Every instinct screams at me to refuse, to grab my son and run and never stop running. But Micah's looking at them now, curious despite his fear. His little hand touches my cheek. Mama, who are they? The question I've been dreading for 4 years. I could lie, should lie. Tell him they're nobody, strangers, people we'll never see again. But I'm so tired of lying. My throat closes up. I can't do this. Can't say the words that will change everything. We're your fathers. Dominic's voice is gentle, careful, like he's approaching a wounded animal. All three of us. Micah's eyes go wide. He looks at me for confirmation, and I can see the questions forming, the confusion. He's 4. He doesn't understand pack dynamics yet, doesn't know that some omegas bond with multiple alphas. He just knows he's never had a father before. Is that true, Mama? I want to say no. Want to protect him from the men who could take him away from me with one word to their lawyers, their king, their endless resources. But I've never lied to my son. Yes, I whisper. It's true. The admission feels like surrender. Kade's eyes are suspiciously bright. What's his name? I hesitate, then. Micah. His name is Micah. Micah, Dominic repeats like he's testing how it feels in his mouth. His scent shifts, pine and rain, and something sweeter now. Something that smells like joy and devastation mixed together. That was your grandfather's name. I'd forgotten that. Or maybe I'd chosen it subconsciously, some part of me still tied to them, even when I was trying to cut every thread. Marcus takes another step closer, slower this time, telegraphing his movements. He has your eyes, Eli. Your smile. He has your eyes, I correct, looking at Dominic. All of you. Every time I look at him, I stop myself. I've already said too much, but they heard it anyway. The confession buried in those words. Every time I look at him, I see you. I remember you. I can't escape you. Let us make this right. Kade's voice is rough with emotion. Please, Eli. We know we don't deserve it. We know we... He stops, swallows hard. We destroyed everything, but let us try. For him, if not for us. For him, I repeat incredulously. You want me to believe you care about him? You didn't even know he existed 5 minutes ago. And whose fault is that? The words slip out of Dominic's mouth before he can stop them. The parking lot goes silent. Marcus closes his eyes. Dom, don't... No, he's right. My voice has gone cold, numb. It's my fault. I should have told you. Should have called or written or shown up at your palace gates with a positive pregnancy test. Except, oh wait, I was banned from palace grounds. Your father made sure of that when he had his guards throw me out like garbage. Dominic's face hardens. That's not what? Not how you remember it? I laugh, sharp and bitter. I was there, Dominic. I lived it. I felt every second of it while you three stood there like statues and let it happen. Micah's squirming now, uncomfortable with the tension radiating off all of us. Mama, I don't like this. I know, baby. We're leaving. I try to move past them again, but Kade shifts, blocking me. We can't let you disappear again. His voice is firm, but there's desperation underneath. Not now that we know about him. You don't get to let me do anything. My free hand clenches into a fist. I'm not yours anymore. I stopped being yours the second you chose him over me. We didn't choose, Marcus starts. Yes, you did, the words explode out of me. You chose the crown, the kingdom, your father's approval. You chose everything except me. So don't stand there and pretend this is about what's best for Micah when we both know this is about your pride, your guilt, your need to fix something you broke beyond repair. The scent in the air shifts. All three of them are bleeding pheromones now. Distress and anger and something that smells like regret. It's making my head swim, making it hard to think clearly. Dominic takes another step forward. If you won't talk to us for your sake, then talk to us for his. He deserves to know his fathers. He deserves fathers who wanted him. My voice cracks. Who would have chosen him? You didn't even know he existed, and you want me to believe you suddenly care? We do care. Kade's hands are shaking. Actually shaking. Eli, please, just give us a chance to explain. To tell you what really happened that night. I know what happened. But even as I say it, doubt creeps in. Because there's something in their eyes, all three of them, that doesn't match the memory I've been carrying. Something that looks like pain instead of indifference. You know what you saw, Marcus says quietly. You don't know what came after. What we've been living with. What we... Stop. I can't hear this. Can't let them rewrite history with pretty words and convenient excuses. Just stop. You had 4 years to find me if you really wanted to. 4 years to... We tried. Dominic's voice cuts through mine. Every day for the first year. Private investigators, trackers. We even hired witches to try to break through whatever spell you used to hide your scent. You vanished like you never existed. I did use a spell. Cost me everything I had saved, but it was worth it to stay hidden. That should have told you something, I say, that I didn't want to be found, or that you were in danger. Kade's eyes are intense, searching my face. We thought, God, Eli, we thought you might be dead, that someone had taken you, hurt you. We were losing our minds. Good. The word comes out vicious. I hope you suffered. I hope every day without me felt like dying, because that's what you did to me. Micah makes a small, distressed sound. He's too young to understand the words, but he can feel the emotion, the hatred, the hurt. I force myself to breathe, to calm down. He doesn't need to see me like this. Mama's okay, I murmur against his hair. Everything's okay. But it's not. Nothing's okay. Because my suppressants are completely gone now, and my scent is broadcasting everything I'm trying to hide. The bond is pulling, aching, trying to reconnect with the 3 alphas standing in front of me. My body wants them even when my heart knows better. Marcus must smell it because his eyes darken. You're still bonded to us. No! I shake my head frantically. No, I broke it. I had a witch. You can't break a true mate bond. Dominic's voice is rough. You can suppress it, hide it, but it's still there, Eli. I can feel it. We all can. And God help me, I can feel it too. 4 years of medication and distance and sheer willpower, and it's all unraveling in a grocery store parking lot. It doesn't matter. My voice sounds weak even to my own ears. Bond or no bond, I'm not going back. I'm not letting you destroy me again. We won't. Kade moves closer, and I can smell his scent, honey and smoke and desperation. Eli, I swear on my life, we won't hurt you again. Just give us a chance. One conversation. That's all we're asking. And if I say no, I meet his eyes. What then? You'll take him from me? Use your royal connections to claim custody? Prove I'm an unfit parent because I kept him from you? The silence that follows is damning. That's what I thought. My laugh is hollow. You're already planning it. How to take him? How to... No. Dominic's voice is sharp. That's not... We would never take him from you. You're his mother. He needs you. But you'll try to take me. I see it in their eyes, the calculation, the determination. You'll use him to force me back into your lives. Make me choose between my freedom and my son. It doesn't have to be a choice, Marcus says. Come back with us. To the palace. You and Micah both. We can protect you there. Give him everything he deserves. Give you a cage, I finish for him. You want to give me a golden cage with your father as the warden? No thanks. I'd rather live in my crappy apartment and work double shifts at the diner than go back to that place. My father's dead. The words hit me like a physical blow. I stare at Dominic, trying to process what he just said. What? He died 2 years ago. Dominic's face is unreadable. Heart attack. He's gone, Eli. He can't hurt you anymore. The king is dead. The man who called me worthless, who had me dragged out of the palace, who told his sons I was beneath them. He's dead. I should feel relief, vindication, something. Instead, I just feel numb. That doesn't change anything, I say, but my voice lacks conviction. It changes everything. Kade's eyes are burning into mine. We're not the same people we were 4 years ago. We've spent every day since that night regretting what we did, what we let happen. And now, his gaze drops to Micah. Now we have a son we didn't know about, a son we want to know, to be there for. You can't just... I start, but Micah interrupts. I'm hungry, Mama. Right. Because we're still in a parking lot. Because my 4-year-old doesn't understand that his entire world is about to implode. Okay, baby, we'll get food. I look at the 3 alphas blocking my path. Move, please. Have dinner with us. Dominic's voice is careful, controlled. All of us. Let Micah eat. Let us talk somewhere that's not a parking lot. Then if you still want us to leave you alone, we will. You're lying. I'm not. He holds my gaze. One dinner. That's all I'm asking. After that, the choice is yours. I don't believe him. Don't trust any of them. But Micah's stomach growls and I realize we left our groceries in the abandoned cart. We have nothing at home to eat. And some traitorous part of me, the part that's still bonded, still connected, wants to say yes. One dinner, I hear myself say, but we're going somewhere public. And if you try anything, I'm gone, understand? All 3 of them nod. I'm making a mistake. I know I'm making a mistake, but I follow them anyway. Dominic gestures toward a black SUV parked 3 spaces down. Sleek, expensive, completely out of place in this rundown shopping center. We're not riding with you. The words come out automatic, defensive. Then we'll follow you. Marcus's tone is reasonable, but there's no room for argument in it. Where do you want to eat? I think fast, somewhere public, somewhere with witnesses, somewhere they can't corner me or use their alpha voices without causing a scene. Rosie's Diner on 5th and Main. It's where I work, where everyone knows me, where Linda, the owner, keeps a baseball bat behind the counter and doesn't take crap from anyone, alpha or not. Kade's eyebrow raises. A diner? Problem, I challenge. No, he backs off immediately. No problem. I shift Micah in my arms and start walking toward my Honda. It's a 15-year-old piece of junk with a dented bumper and a passenger door that only opens from the inside, but it's mine. Paid for with my own money. Nobody's charity. Eli, Dominic's voice stops me. Your car? Is it safe? The car seat, I mean. Is it up to your royal standards? I snap. Sorry, we can't all afford luxury vehicles. Some of us have to make do with what we can afford on a waitress salary. His jaw tightens. That's not what I meant. Sure it wasn't. I unlock the door. manually because the key fob broke 6 months ago, and start strapping Micah into his booster seat. It's not the newest model, but it's properly installed and it's safe. I made sure of that. I feel them watching, judging, probably calculating how quickly they can get a lawyer to declare me an unfit parent. My hands shake as I buckle the straps. Mama? Micah touches my face. Why are you sad? I'm not sad, baby. I force a smile. Just tired. Are those men really my daddies? The question hits me in the chest. I glance over my shoulder. All three of them are standing by their SUV, close enough to hear, waiting for my answer. Yes, I whisper. They are. Why don't they live with us? How do I explain this to a 4-year-old? How do I tell him that his fathers didn't want us, that they chose power over love? It's complicated, Micah. Do they love us? The question hangs in the air. I can feel 3 sets of eyes burning into my back. I don't know, I say honestly, but we're going to have dinner with them, okay? And you can ask them yourself. He nods, satisfied with that answer in the way only a child can be. I kiss his forehead and close the door, then turn to face the 3 alphas. Rosie's diner, I repeat. Follow me. And if you lose me in traffic, that's your problem. I don't wait for a response. I get in my car, start the engine. It takes 3 tries, like always, and pull out of the parking lot. The black SUV follows. The drive takes 12 minutes. 12 minutes of watching them in my rearview mirror. 12 minutes of Micah asking questions I don't know how to answer. 12 minutes of my heart trying to beat its way out of my chest. I pull into Rosie's parking lot and immediately feel safer. The neon sign flickers. RC's Din R, because half the letters burned out years ago, and Rosie never bothered to fix them. The building's old, the paint's peeling, but it's home. More home than the palace ever was. I get Micah out of his seat just as the SUV parks beside me. All 3 of them emerge, and I watch several customers inside the diner turn to stare through the windows. You don't see alphas like this in our neighborhood. Too polished, too expensive, too other. This way. I head for the entrance, Micah's hand in mine. The bell above the door chimes as we enter. The dinner rush hasn't started yet, so there are only a few occupied tables. Linda looks up from behind the counter, her eyes narrowing when she sees who's following me. Eli. Her voice is careful. Everything okay? Yeah. The lie tastes bitter. Just dinner. Can we get a booth? She studies the 3 alphas, then me, then Micah. Linda's been in my corner since I showed up 4 years ago, pregnant and desperate for work. She knows I'm running from something. She's never asked what. Booth in the back, she says finally, away from the windows. Thanks, Linda. I lead them to the corner booth, the one I usually take on my breaks. I slide in first, pulling Micah next to me, creating a barrier. The 3 of them stand there for a moment, clearly trying to figure out the logistics. Finally, Dominic slides in across from me, with Marcus and Kade flanking him. We're sitting across from each other like this is a business negotiation. Maybe it is. Linda appears with menus and a kid's cup of juice for Micah. The usual for you, hun. Please. I don't even look at the menu anymore. She glances at the alphas. And for you 3? Coffee, Dominic says. Black. Same, Marcus adds. I'll have whatever she's having. Kade's eyes don't leave my face. Linda raises an eyebrow but doesn't comment. She disappears back to the kitchen. Silence settles over the table. Heavy, suffocating. Micah breaks it. Can I have pancakes? You can have whatever you want, baby. I smooth his hair back. I like pancakes. He looks at Dominic with those 2 familiar gray eyes. Do you like pancakes? Something in Dominic's expression cracks. Yeah, I do. Mama makes the best pancakes. She puts chocolate chips in them. Micah's warming up now, the way he does with strangers once he decides they're safe. And sometimes blueberries. Do you like blueberries? I do. Dominic's voice is rough. Me too. Micah grins. Mama says I eat too many and my tummy will hurt, but it never does. I watch Dominic watch our son, and something in my chest twists painfully. He looks like he's memorizing every detail, every word, every expression, like he's trying to make up for 4 years and 4 minutes. Kade leans forward. What else do you like, Micah? Dinosaurs, Micah lights up. I have 17 dinosaurs. Well, 16 now because one broke. But Mama's gonna fix it. She fixes everything. Does she? Marcus's eyes shift to me. I look away. She's the best mom in the whole world, Micah continues, oblivious to the tension. She reads me stories every night, and she lets me stay up late on Fridays, and He pauses, then whispers conspiratorially, she lets me have ice cream for breakfast sometimes. But don't tell anyone. Your secret's safe with us, Kade says, and there's something soft in his voice that makes my throat tight. I hate how easily Micah's talking to them, how quickly he's letting them in. 4 years of just the two of us, and now he's chattering away like they've always been here, like they didn't abandon us before he even existed. Linda returns with our drinks and takes Micah's order, pancakes with chocolate chips and a side of bacon. She gives me a look that clearly says we're talking about this later before heading back to the kitchen. The moment she's gone, the easy atmosphere evaporates. Dominic wraps his hands around his coffee cup. How have you been managing? Financially, I mean. We manage fine. My voice is clipped. Eli. Marcus's tone is gentle. You're working at a diner. Living in, where are you living? None of your business. It is our business. Kade's eyes flash. You're raising our son in God knows what conditions while you what? Lived in your palace? I lean forward, keeping my voice low so Micah doesn't hear. Slept in your silk sheets? Had servants bring you breakfast? Yeah, I'm sure you really suffered. We did. Dominic's voice is hard. Every single day, wondering if you were alive, if you were safe, if... Stop, I cut him off. Just stop with the guilt trip. You want to know how we've been? Fine. I work 50-hour weeks, sometimes more. Micah goes to a daycare that's barely affordable, but it's the best I can do. We live in a one-bedroom apartment with heat that only works half the time. I buy his clothes secondhand, and I haven't bought myself anything new in 2 years. We eat a lot of pasta because it's cheap. Sometimes I skip meals so he can have seconds. Micah looks up at me, confused. You do? Damn it. I didn't mean for him to hear that. It's okay, baby, Mama's just talking. But the damage is done. All 3 alphas are staring at me with expressions that make me want to crawl under the table. You've been starving yourself. Marcus's voice is barely controlled. I've been surviving. I meet his eyes, which is more than I would have done if I'd stayed. That's not, Dominic starts, but I talk over him. Your father told me I was nothing, that I was a mistake, that I glance at Micah and lower my voice further, that I was a whore who trapped his sons with a fake bond. He said if I didn't leave, he'd make sure I disappeared permanently. So yeah, I ran, and I kept running, because staying meant dying, and I had a baby to protect. The silence that follows is deafening. Kade's hands are shaking. He threatened to kill you? He didn't have to spell it out. I take a sip of water, trying to calm my racing heart. The guards he sent to escort me out made it pretty clear what would happen if I came back. We didn't know. Dominic's face has gone pale. Eli, I swear, we didn't know he threatened you. We thought, he told us you left on your own, that you took the money he offered and... Money? I laugh, sharp and bitter. What money? I left with the clothes on my back and $50 in my pocket. That's it. Marcus looks like he's going to be sick. He told us he gave you a settlement, $2 million to walk away and never contact us again. The number is so absurd I almost laugh again. I never saw a penny. I've been living paycheck to paycheck for 4 years while you thought I was, what? Living it up somewhere on your father's hush money? Oh, God. Kade drops his head into his hands. Oh, God, Eli. You believed him. The realization hits me like a truck. You actually believed I'd take money and disappear, that I'd sell our bond for... He was our father. Dominic's voice cracks. We trusted him. We thought, after you left, he showed us bank records, transfer receipts. He said you'd signed papers. We thought you wanted to leave. I stare at them, trying to process this. So you just let me go? Didn't even try to find out if it was true? We tried. Marcus looks up and his eyes are red. We went to your apartment the next day. You were already gone. No forwarding address. No trace. We hired investigators, but every lead went cold. And our father kept saying you'd made your choice, that we needed to respect it and move on. So you did. My voice is hollow. You moved on. No. Dominic's hand shoots across the table, stopping just short of touching mine. We never moved on. We couldn't. The bond, it was killing us. We couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Kade nearly died from bond sickness 6 months after you left. I look at Kade. He's staring at the table, jaw clenched. The healers said the only way to save him was to complete the rejection ritual, Marcus continues. Sever the bond completely. But we couldn't do it. Even thinking about it made us... He stops, swallows hard. We couldn't let you go. Not really. But you did let me go. My voice shakes. When it mattered, when I needed you most. You let him throw me out like garbage. We were cowards. Dominic's eyes meet mine, and there's so much pain in them, it almost makes me look away. We were young and stupid, and we believed our father when he said he knew best. That the bond was just biology. That we'd get over it. We were wrong. About everything. Micah tugs on my sleeve. Mama, why are you crying? I didn't realize I was. I wipe my eyes quickly. I'm okay, baby. But I'm not okay. Nothing about this is okay. Because part of me, the part that's still bonded, still connected, wants to believe them, wants to forgive them, wants to go back to how things were before everything fell apart. But I can't. I can't forget the pain, the fear, the nights I spent crying myself to sleep while pregnant and alone, the times I went hungry so Micah could eat, the constant terror that they'd find us and take him away. I need air. I start to slide out of the booth, but Dominic's hand closes around my wrist. The touch sends electricity through my entire body. The bond flares to life, singing, demanding. Please don't run. His voice is raw. Not again. Let go of me. But I don't pull away. Can't pull away. We know we don't deserve forgiveness. Kade's voice is thick. We know we destroyed everything. But please, Eli, let us try to make it right. Let us be there for him, for you. I don't need you. The words sound weak even to my own ears. Maybe not. Marcus's eyes are intense. But he does. He deserves to know his father's, to have the life we can give him, the life you both deserve. What life? I finally pull my hand free from Dominic's grip. The one where I'm trapped in your palace? Where I have to see the place where your father... I stop myself, glancing at Micah. Where everything fell apart. The palace is ours now. Dominic's voice is firm. We've changed everything, rewritten every rule our father made. It's not the same place you remember. It'll never be different enough. Linda appears with Micah's pancakes, breaking the tension. She sets the plate down and gives me a concerned look. You good, hon? Yeah, another lie. Thanks, Linda. She squeezes my shoulder before walking away. Micah digs into his pancakes, oblivious to the emotional warfare happening around him. He offers a piece to Dominic. Want some? Dominic looks at the chocolate chip-covered fork like it's the most precious thing in the world. Yeah, thank you, Micah. He takes the bite, and something in his expression breaks. Like this simple act, sharing pancakes with his son, is undoing him completely. And I realize with sudden, terrifying clarity, they're not going to let us go. Not now. Not ever. The question is, do I even want them to? The thought terrifies me more than it should. I watch Micah offer another bite to Kade, then Marcus, his little face glowing with the attention. He's never had this before. Father figures, male role models, alphas who look at him like he hung the moon. And I've never hated myself more for keeping it from him. Mama, aren't you going to eat? Micah points at my untouched plate. Linda brought it without me noticing. In a minute, baby. My stomach's in knots. Food is the last thing I want right now. Marcus's eyes track the movement of my hands, how they're trembling slightly. When's the last time you ate a full meal? This morning. The lie comes automatically. Liar. His voice is soft, but there's an edge to it. Your scent changes when you lie. It always has. Damn the bond. Damn my biology. Damn everything that makes me transparent to them. What I eat or don't eat isn't your concern. I force myself to pick up my fork anyway, just to prove a point. Everything about you is our concern. Dominic's voice has dropped into that alpha register that makes my spine straighten involuntarily. You're our mate, the mother of our child. That makes you our responsibility. I'm not your anything, but my body's betraying me again, responding to his tone, to the dominance rolling off all three of them in waves. Kade leans forward and I catch his scent, honey and smoke, and something desperate. You're still bonded to us, Eli. You can feel it. We can all feel it. 4 years and it hasn't faded. Doesn't that tell you something? It tells me I need stronger suppressants. I take a bite of food I can't taste. The bond is just biology. It doesn't mean anything, doesn't it? Marcus's eyes are burning into mine. Then why are you shaking? Why is your scent spiking every time one of us gets close? Why? Stop. I set my fork down with more force than necessary. Stop analyzing me like I'm some kind of experiment. I'm not one of your royal projects. You're right. Dominic's voice gentles. You're not a project. You're... He stops, glances at Micah, then continues carefully. You're important to us. You always have been. Just not important enough to fight for. The words slip out before I can stop them. The table goes silent again. Even Micah pauses mid-bite, sensing the shift. You're right. Kade's admission shocks me. We didn't fight for you. We should have. We should have told our father to go to hell. Should have chosen you over everything else. We didn't. And we've regretted it every single day since. Regret doesn't change the past. My voice sounds hollow. No, Marcus agrees. But it can change the future. If you let it. Let it, I laugh bitterly. You mean if I let you back in? Let you play happy family? Pretend the last 4 years didn't happen? We're not asking you to pretend. Dominic's jaw is tight. We're asking for a chance to prove we're not the same men who let you down. That we've changed, that you what? I challenge. Love me? Because you didn't love me enough then. Why should I believe it's different now? Because we know what losing you feels like. Kade's voice cracks. Because we've spent 4 years in hell, wondering if you were alive, if you hated us, if we'd ever see you again. Because finding out we have a son, he looks at Micah, and his eyes are suspiciously bright. It's not just about making things right with you anymore. It's about him, about being the fathers he deserves. He deserves fathers who wanted him from the beginning. My throat is tight. Not ones who showed up 4 years late because they finally found us. You're right. Marcus's voice is quiet. He does deserve that, but we can't change the past. All we can do is be here now, be present, be... Mama? Micah's small voice interrupts. My tummy hurts. I'm on my feet instantly, all thoughts of the alphas forgotten. What kind of hurt, baby? Sharp or... He burps, then giggles. Better now. I ate too fast. Relief floods through me. Slow down, okay? The pancakes aren't going anywhere. I slide back into the booth, and when I look up, all three of them are staring at me with expressions I can't quite read. What? I snap, defensive. Nothing. But Dominic's voice is rough. You're a good mother. The compliment shouldn't affect me. It shouldn't make my eyes sting or my chest ache, but it does. I do my best. I look away, focusing on Micah. It's all I've ever done. We can see that. Kade's voice is soft. He's happy, healthy. He clearly adores you. You've done an incredible job raising him alone. I didn't have a choice. The words come out sharper than I intend. No, Marcus agrees. You didn't, and that's on us. But you do have a choice now, Eli. Let us help. Let us be part of his life, part of your life. And what does that look like? I force myself to meet their eyes. You swoop in with your money and your power and take over? Move us into your palace? Control every aspect of our lives? No. Dominic shakes his head. It looks like whatever you're comfortable with. We can start slow. Visits, phone calls, whatever you need. What I need is for you to have been there 4 years ago. My voice breaks. What I need is to not have gone through labor alone, To not have spent Micah's first birthday crying because he'd never know his father's. To not have, I stopped myself. Micah's watching me with worried eyes. Sorry, baby. I smooth his hair. Mama's just tired. Are you mad at my daddies? His question is innocent, but it cuts deep. I struggle for an answer that's honest but age-appropriate. I'm working through some grown-up feelings, but it's not your fault, okay? None of this is your fault. He nods, but I can see the confusion in his eyes. The question's forming. Questions I'm not ready to answer. Linda appears again, this time with a knowing look. Eli, can I talk to you for a second? In the back? It's not really a question. I nod and start to slide out of the booth. I'll watch him. Dominic's voice stops me. We'll watch him. He'll be safe. Every instinct screams at me not to leave Micah alone with them, but Linda's giving me a look that says this isn't optional, and there are at least a dozen witnesses in the diner. I'll be right back. I kiss Micah's forehead. Stay in your seat, okay? Okay, Mama. I follow Linda to the back, and the moment we're out of earshot, she rounds on me. Those are the alphas. It's not a question. Yeah, there's no point in lying. The ones you've been running from. Yeah, she crosses her arms. They know about Micah. They just found out. Today, in the parking lot. Linda's eyes widen. Jesus, Eli, what are you going to do? I don't know. My voice cracks. Linda, I don't know. They say they want to be part of his life, part of our lives. But I can't go through that again. I can't let them destroy me. Do you think they will? She's watching me carefully. Destroy you? I think they already did once. I wrap my arms around myself. I don't know if I can survive it happening again. But, she prompts because she knows me too well. But Micah deserves to know his fathers. The admission feels like defeat. And they seem different. I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing what I want to see. Or maybe people can change. Linda's voice is gentle. Maybe they really do regret what they did. Regret doesn't fix anything. No, she agrees. But it's a start. I lean against the wall, suddenly exhausted. I'm so tired, Linda. I'm tired of running, tired of looking over my shoulder, tired of being alone. Then maybe it's time to stop running. She squeezes my shoulder. But on your terms, Eli, not theirs. You hold the power here. You're the one who's been raising that boy. You're the one who gets to decide what happens next. She's right. I know she's right. But when I walk back to the booth and see Micah laughing at something Kade said, see the way all three alphas are looking at our son like he's the most precious thing in the world. I realize the decision might not be as simple as I thought, because Micah's already letting them in, and I'm terrified I might be too. I slide back into the booth, and Micah immediately reaches for me. Mama, Marcus said he has horses. Can we go see the horses? My stomach drops. Baby, we can't just... Please. His eyes are so wide, so hopeful. I've never seen a real horse before, because I could never afford to take him anywhere that had horses. Could barely afford the zoo once a year. We have stables at the estate. Marcus's voice is careful, watching my reaction. Micah would be safe. We could... No. The word comes out harsher than I intend. We're not going to your estate. Micah's face falls. But Mama... I said no. I hate the disappointment in his eyes, but I won't walk into their territory. Into a place where they have all the power and I have none. What if we brought the horses here? Kade's suggestion catches me off guard. To a stable nearby, neutral ground. You could come with him. Stay the whole time. It's a reasonable compromise. Too reasonable. Why are you doing this? I search their faces. Why are you trying so hard? Because he's our son. Dominic's voice is firm. And because you're our mate, whether you want to be or not. The bond doesn't lie, Eli. You can suppress it, hide from it, but it's still there. We're still connected. Connection doesn't mean anything. But even as I say it, I can feel the pull. The way my body leans toward them without permission. The way their scents are making my head swim. Doesn't it? Marcus leans forward, and suddenly he's close enough that I can feel his body heat. Your scent spikes every time one of us gets near you. Your pupils dilate. Your breathing changes. That's not nothing. That's biology. I force myself not to lean back, not to show weakness. It doesn't mean I want you. Liar. Cade's voice is low, intimate. You want us as much as we want you. You're just too stubborn to admit it. I'm not stubborn. I'm smart. I meet his eyes. I learned my lesson the first time. I'm not making the same mistake twice. We're not a mistake. Dominic's hand moves across the table, stopping just short of touching mine. What we had, what we have, it's real. It's always been real. What we had was 4 months. My voice shakes. 4 months before reality crashed in and you chose your father over me. That's not love. That's not a bond worth keeping. You're wrong. Marcus's voice is rough. Those 4 months were the best of our lives, and losing you, he stops, swallows hard. It broke something in us, something we've never been able to fix. Good. The word tastes like poison. Now you know how it feels. Micah tugs on my sleeve again. Mama, why are you being mean? The question hits me like a slap. I'm not, baby, I'm not being mean. I'm just, you're making them sad. His lower lip trembles. I don't want them to be sad. God, he's already attached, already defending them, and I don't know if I want to cry or scream or both. Sometimes grown-ups have complicated feelings, I try to explain. It doesn't mean anyone's being mean. But you're mad at them. He's too perceptive for 4, because they weren't there before. How does he... I heard you talking to Aunt Linda sometimes, he says quietly, when you thought I was sleeping. You said my daddies didn't want us. Oh God, oh God. He heard. Micah, my voice breaks. But they're here now. He looks at me with those 2 wise eyes. Doesn't that mean they want us now? I can't breathe. Can't think. Can't figure out how to explain to my 4-year-old that wanting someone now doesn't erase the pain of them not wanting you then. It's complicated, I finally manage. We do want you. Dominic's voice is thick with emotion. Both of you. We've always wanted you. We made mistakes. Terrible mistakes. But we're here now, and we're not leaving. Not again. You don't get to decide that. I force steel into my voice. I decide. This is my life. My son. You don't just get to walk back in and... Our son. Cade's interruption is quiet but firm. He's our son too, Eli. And we have rights. Rights? I laugh, sharp and bitter. You want to talk about rights? You have no legal claim to him. His birth certificate says father unknown. You have nothing. The threat hangs in the air between us. Marcus's eyes flash. Are you saying you'd keep him from us? Legally? I'm saying I'll do whatever it takes to protect him. My hands are shaking. Even from you. We're not the enemy. Dominic's voice has gone cold. We're his fathers. We can provide for him. Give him everything he needs. Everything you can. The words hit like a physical blow. Careful. My voice is deadly quiet. You're starting to sound like your father. He flinches like I slapped him. That's not... I didn't mean... Yes, you did. I'm gathering my things, pulling Micah toward me. You meant exactly what you said. That I'm not good enough. That I can't provide for him. That he'd be better off with you. Eli, wait. Marcus reaches for me, but I jerk away. Don't touch me. My voice cracks. Don't... I can't... The bond is screaming at me to stay. To let them touch me. To give in to the pull that's been there since the moment I saw them in the parking lot. But I can't. I won't. We're leaving. I slide out of the booth, Micah in my arms. Mama, no! He's crying now. I want to stay. I want to talk to my daddies. The word daddies nearly breaks me. We'll talk about this at home. I'm moving toward the door, but Dominic's suddenly there, blocking my path. Move! My voice is shaking. Not until you listen. His eyes are desperate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I said. You're an incredible mother. Micah is lucky to have you. He runs a hand through his hair. I just want to help. To be there for both of you. Please don't run again. I'm not running, but we both know it's a lie. I'm protecting my son. From us, Cade's voice comes from behind me. We're not going to hurt him, Eli. We die before we let anything happen to him. You already hurt him. The words come out broken. By not being there. By making me raise him alone. By... My phone buzzes in my pocket. I ignore it. It buzzes again and again. With shaking hands, I pull it out. 3 texts from my neighbor, Mrs. Chen. Someone's been asking about you. Man in a suit. Showed me a picture. Eli, I think you need to come home. Now. My blood runs cold. What is it? Marcus must see something in my face. Someone's at my apartment. My voice sounds distant. Looking for me. All 3 alphas go rigid. Who? Dominic's voice has dropped into that dangerous register. I don't know, but fear is crawling up my spine. I need to get home. Make sure everything's... You're not going alone. Cade's already moving. If someone's looking for you, I can handle it. But my hands are shaking so badly I almost drop my phone. Like hell you can. Marcus is suddenly beside me. You're coming with us, both of you, somewhere safe. I'm not going anywhere with you. But even as I say it, another text comes through. He's still here, waiting. And I realize with sudden, terrifying clarity, someone else has found us. Someone who might be even more dangerous than the 3 alphas standing in front of me. We need to go. Now. Dominic's voice cuts through my panic. If someone's watching your apartment, who would be watching? I clutch Micah tighter. I've been so careful. The spell, the suppressants, Spells can be broken. Marcus is already pulling out his phone, especially if someone has enough money and motivation. My mind races. Your father's people, even though he's dead, maybe someone loyal to him. No. Cade's face has gone pale. Not my father's people. They wouldn't need to ask around. They'd just take you. The implication hangs heavy in the air. Then who? My voice is rising, and Micah whimpers against my shoulder. Dominic's phone rings. He answers it, his face darkening with each passing second. When? How many? Understood. Lock down the perimeter. He hangs up and looks at me with an expression that makes my blood freeze. My security team just intercepted someone trying to access our vehicle. He had photos of you, of Micah, and a syringe filled with something our medic is analyzing now. The diner suddenly feels too small, too exposed. Oh God, there's more. His jaw clenches. He's not working alone. There are at least 3 others in the area. They've been tracking you for weeks. Weeks? My legs nearly give out. But I've been so careful. Your suppressant implant. Marcus's voice is grim. When did you get it? 6 weeks ago, from a clinic in... I stop. Oh no! They tagged you. Cade's fists clench. Someone at that clinic sold you out. The room spins. All this time I thought I was protecting us. Instead I led them right to us. Mama? Micah's voice is small, scared. What's happening? Before I can answer, the diner's front window explodes. Glass rains down as 3 figures in black tactical gear burst through. Linda screams. Customers dive under tables. And I'm frozen, clutching Micah, watching as one of the figures raises a weapon. Dominic moves faster than I've ever seen anyone move. He's in front of us instantly, taking the dart meant for me in his shoulder. He grunts but doesn't go down. Get them out! He roars at Marcus and Cade. Chaos erupts. Marcus grabs me, pulling me toward the kitchen exit. Cade's shifted partially, his alpha form rippling under his skin as he lunges at one of the attackers. The sound of fighting, snarling, crashing, breaking, fills the air. Dominic! I scream, trying to turn back, but Marcus's grip is iron. He can handle himself. We need to get you and Micah somewhere safe. We burst through the kitchen door into the alley. The black SUV is there, engine running. Marcus practically throws us into the back seat. Drive! He shouts at someone I don't recognize in the driver's seat. The vehicle lurches forward just as another figure appears at the alley entrance. Marcus slams the door and the SUV accelerates, tires squealing. Dominic and Cade, I start, are right behind us. Marcus points to a second vehicle pulling out of the parking lot. Dominic visible in the passenger seat, Kade driving. They're fine, but Dominic took a dart. What was in that syringe? We'll find out. Marcus is already on his phone, barking orders. But right now we need to get you somewhere they can't reach you. The palace. I hear myself say it, even though every instinct rebels against the idea. Marcus looks at me, surprised. You'll come willingly? I don't have a choice. I hold Micah close. He's crying silently, his face buried in my neck. They found us. They tried to... I can't finish the sentence. They won't get another chance. Marcus's voice is deadly. I promise you, Eli, we won't let anyone hurt you or Micah. Not ever again. The drive to the palace takes 40 minutes. 40 minutes of Micah crying, of me trying to calm him while my own heart races, of Marcus coordinating security and medical teams, and God knows what else. When we finally pull through massive iron gates, I expect to feel trapped. Instead, I feel something I haven't felt in 4 years. Safe. The palace is different than I remember. Warmer, less imposing. The guards who meet us are respectful, but not cold. And when Dominic and Kade arrive minutes later, both looking worse for wear but alive, something in my chest unclenches. Are you hurt? The question bursts out before I can stop it. Dominic touches his shoulder where the dart hit. I'll live. The medics say it was a strong sedative. Would have knocked you out for hours if it had hit you. And then what? I don't want to know, but I need to. Then they would have taken you. Kade's voice is hard. We found documents on one of them. Someone put a bounty on you. $1 million for an unclaimed Omega with your specific scent profile. My blood runs cold. A bounty? But why? Because you're rare. Marcus's expression is grim. Your scent, your genetics. There are people who collect Omegas like you. Sell them to the highest bidder. I'm going to be sick. But you're safe now. Dominic steps closer, and this time I don't pull away. We've locked down the entire estate. No one gets in or out without our approval. And we're going to find everyone involved in this and make sure they never threaten you again. I look between the three of them. Kade's voice is firm. You're ours, Eli. You've always been ours. We were too stupid to fight for you before, but we're not making that mistake again. I'm not yours, but the protest sounds weak even to my ears. Yes, you are. Dominic's hand cups my face, and the touch sends electricity through my entire body. The bond knows it. Your body knows it. And deep down, you know it too. I hate you. The words come out broken. I hate all of you for what you did to me. I know. His thumb brushes away a tear I didn't know I'd shed. And you have every right to, but hate us from here, where you're safe, where Micah's safe. Let us protect you while you figure out if you can ever forgive us. And if I can't, I whisper, then we'll spend the rest of our lives trying to earn it. Marcus moves to my other side. But we're not letting you go again. Not when there are people out there who want to hurt you. Micah lifts his head from my shoulder. His eyes are red from crying, but there's something determined in his expression. Are the bad men gone? Yes, Kade says gently. They're gone, and they're never coming back. Promise? Promise. Micah looks at me. Can we stay here, Mama? With my daddies? I don't want the bad men to find us again. And just like that, the decision is made. Not because I've forgiven them, not because I trust them, but because my son is looking at me with hope in his eyes and I won't take that away from him. Okay, I whisper. We'll stay. The relief on all three of their faces is almost painful to witness. But, I add firmly, this doesn't mean everything's fixed. You hurt me, destroyed me, and that's not something you can just apologize away. We know, Dominic's voice is rough, and we'll spend however long it takes proving we've changed, that we're worthy of you, of him. We have our own rooms, and I continue, separate from yours, and you don't get to make decisions about Micah without consulting me first. I'm still his mother. I still have final say. Agreed. Marcus nods. Whatever you need. And if I decide to leave, you won't be a prisoner. Kade's voice is firm. If you want to leave, we won't stop you. but we will make sure you're protected, that you have everything you need, that Micah has everything he needs. It's more than I expected, more than I thought they'd give. Maybe they really have changed, or maybe I'm just too tired to keep fighting. A woman in medical scrubs approaches. Your Highness, we should check the Omega and the child. Make sure they weren't injured. I'm fine. But even as I say it, I realize I'm shaking. Adrenaline crash. Please. Dominic's voice is gentle. Let them check you both. For our peace of mind, if nothing else. I'm too exhausted to argue. The medical exam is thorough, but gentle. Micah gets a clean bill of health and a lollipop. I get treated for minor cuts from the glass and a prescription for new suppressants, ones that can't be tracked. By the time we're done, it's late. Micah's falling asleep in my arms. Let me show you to your rooms. A kind-faced woman introduces herself as Helen, the head housekeeper. I've prepared the suite in the east wing. It has a bedroom for you and one for the little one, plus a sitting room and private bathroom. The suite is beautiful. Warm colors, soft fabrics, nothing like the cold marble I remember from before. There's even a box of toys in Micah's room. Dinosaurs, I notice. Someone paid attention. We'll be right down the hall, Marcus says from the doorway. If you need anything, I know. I'm too tired to be angry anymore. Too tired to do anything but get Micah into bed. They leave reluctantly, and I finally have a moment to breathe. I tuck Micah in, kissing his forehead. You okay, baby? Yeah, he yawns. Mama, are we really staying? For now. I smooth his hair back. Is that okay? Yeah. His eyes are already closing. I like my daddies. They're nice. They are, I admit quietly, when they want to be. He's asleep within minutes. I should sleep too. Should rest while I can. Instead, I find myself walking to the window, looking out at the palace grounds. Somewhere out there, people wanted to hurt us, to take us, to... A knock on the door interrupts my spiraling thoughts. I open it to find all three of them standing there. We couldn't sleep, Dominic admits. Not without knowing you were really here, really safe. I'm here. I lean against the doorframe. I'm safe. You can go. But I don't close the door, and they don't leave. Can we just... Cade's voice is hesitant. Can we just sit with you for a little while? We won't touch you, won't push. We just need to know I'm real, I finish, that I'm not going to disappear again. Yes. I should say no, should send them away, should maintain my boundaries. Instead, I step back and let them in. We end up on the couch in the sitting room. Me on one end, them on the other, a careful distance between us. But as the minutes pass, the distance shrinks. Marcus's hand finds mine. Cade's shoulder presses against my side. Dominic's scent, pine and rain and home, wraps around me like a blanket. And for the first time in 4 years, I let myself feel it. The bond, the connection, the love I've been trying so hard to deny. I'm still angry, I whisper into the darkness. We know, they answer in unison, and I don't forgive you. Not yet, maybe not ever. We know, but I'm tired of running. My voice breaks. I'm so tired. Then stop. Dominic's hand cups my face. Stop running. Stop fighting. Let us carry some of the weight. I don't know how. We'll figure it out. Marcus's thumb traces circles on my palm. Together. Together, I repeat. And maybe, just maybe, I start to believe it. 6 months later, Micah's laughter echoes through the palace gardens as he rides his favorite horse, a gentle mare named Buttercup that Kade picked out specifically for him. I watch from the fence, a smile tugging at my lips despite myself. He's a natural. Dominic's voice comes from behind me, his arms wrapping around my waist. I don't pull away anymore. Haven't for months. He gets it from you, I say. The confidence. He gets his kindness from you. His lips brush my temple. His strength. We've been doing this, slowly rebuilding what was broken. It's not perfect. There are still hard days, still moments when the past crashes in and I can't breathe. But there are good days too. Days like this, when Micah calls all three of them daddy without hesitation. When I wake up surrounded by their warmth and don't immediately panic, when I look at them and see not the men who left me, but the men who came back, who fought for us, who chose us. I love you. The words slip out before I can stop them. Dominic goes still. What? I love you. I turn in his arms. All of you. I didn't want to. Tried not to. But I do. His eyes are suspiciously bright. Say it again. I love you, you idiot. I'm crying now too. Even though you broke my heart. Even though you... He kisses me. Deep and desperate and full of 4 years of longing. When we break apart, Marcus and Kade are there too, having heard everything. We love you too, Marcus says. Never stopped, never will. Even when I'm difficult, I ask. Especially then, Kade grins. Micah rides up beaming. Mama, did you see? I jumped. I saw, baby. I wipe my eyes. You were amazing. Are you crying? His face scrunches with concern. Happy tears, I assure him. Just happy tears. He seems satisfied with that answer and rides off again. So, Dominic's voice is careful, does this mean you'll finally let us complete the mating bond? I've been putting it off, scared of the permanence, the vulnerability. But looking at them now, at the men who've spent 6 months proving they've changed, who've put Micah and me first in every decision, who've loved us even when I couldn't love them back. Yes, I whisper, yes. The joy on their faces makes everything we've been through worth it. We're not perfect. We're still healing, still learning how to be a family. But we're together. And this time, I know they're not leaving. None of us are. Would you have forgiven them or walked away forever? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more stories like this, subscribe. Because Eli and his alphas, this is just the beginning of their forever.